I picked up the Playmates Classic Star Trek Classic Phaser from my local Walmart for about 24 bucks plus tax. The Playmates Classic Star Trek Phaser is a replica of the original phaser used in the Star Trek television series from the 60s. The Playmates Classic Star Trek Phaser is designed to look like the original prop used on the show, complete with the sleek black and silver color scheme and intricate details. It features lights and sounds that simulate the phaser firing with different settings that can be adjusted using a dial on the side. Well, let's open this thing up and have a look at it. If you press here, you can hear the phaser firing sound. First thing, we'll cut the sealing tape. And I used a knife to pry open the tab so I don't rip it. Slide it out, and there's the instructions, and we'll just slide it out the rest of the way and check this thing out. It's got a good feel and weight to it. Might be a little light. If this was a real weapon, you'd just feel it have more heft to it, but it's a toy. I'll bring it in closer so you can see the detail better. Looking at close-up captures from the series, it looks pretty similar. It may be a little fatter than the TV series version, though. And it's a bummer that the Type 1 phaser does not detach from the body. It's molded together, so that's a bummer. Here's the instructions that came with it, and it shows you where the battery's at. It comes with batteries, but it's just for demo purposes, and it says you need to change them, but they're still pretty good, so I'm not changing them. This is the dial you turn to change the settings. It was set in regular mode rather than demo mode in the box. In demo mode, it cycles through the 3 sounds when the trigger's pulled, but the LED lights don't light up. Setting the selector to the on position activates the LED lights. You can then use the selector on the back to select between the 3 sounds. This is the stun sound, which has a solid red light on the dial. Turning the dial to the next setting places the phaser on full, which gives you a blue light. And the next turn of the dial places the phaser in an overload situation, so when you pull the trigger, it overloads. And it blows up. I wanted to compare this to my 3D printed phaser that I got off Thingiverse and printed it out of PLA. And I'd say by looking at pictures that the Playmates version is kind of short and fat, and the 3D printed version is probably skinny and too long. So somewhere in the middle might be more towards an accurate representation of the true prop. Of course, the production model is a lot cleaner than my 3D printed model here, which is rather rough. And my 3D printed model, also the Type 1 phaser, comes off, but it's on there pretty tight and I can't really get it off very easy, so I just leave it on there. So I might just have to print another Type 1 by itself in the future. Well, thanks for watching, and if you made it this far, please like and subscribe. It really helps, and I'll catch you on the next video.